Go straight into the teaching. And today, just one sec. Today, I'm not going to say this is live teaching 1 and 2 and all. I'm not going to say that, because what I'm going to speak today, it's live teaching only, but it's very deep and very serious. So I will say, let us look at it like this. I'm going to say that today it's part 1, and tomorrow when I record another video, there'll be part 2. Okay, so today the topic, why it is so deep and so important and so serious, is because the topic, the life teaching point, or the life teaching topic is forgiveness. Forgiveness. I want you to understand something, and listen to this very carefully. There is one line I'm going to read. It says here, just give me a second. It says forgiveness is the most therapeutic, which is healing, factor in the whole world. I'm going to repeat this again. It says forgiveness is the most therapeutic. In this context, it means healing factor in the whole world. You got to forgive everyone who's hurt you. And for me, personally, the perfect role model of forgiveness is Jesus Christ himself. Just imagine when Jesus Christ was being crucified on the cross, all these Roman soldiers, and before crucifixion he went through a lot of other kinds of pain. He was flogged, and so many things happened, and they put a crown of thorns on his head, and then on the cross they pierced him with nails on the hands, the legs. A Roman soldier put a spear at the side of his body. He went through so much pain. But you know something, on the cross, one of the statements he said while he is hanging on the cross, while he's hanging on the cross, one of the statements he says to God the Father, he says, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing." Please understand. He's telling Father, forgive them. Forgive whom? Forgive the Roman soldiers who do not know what they are doing. And because the Roman soldiers did not know that they are crucifying the Son of God. But please, let's get the essence of forgiveness. Those Roman soldiers, the way they brutalized him and crucified him on the cross, even after that, Jesus is saying, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing." Now, I wanted to understand one thing. What I'm going to speak now, it is also related to medical. A lot of research has been done on this. A lot of books have been written. So listen to me very carefully. If you forgive, what will happen? If you don't forgive, what will happen? Let's say someone has hurt you really badly or in a mild way, whatever. Someone has hurt you, and you are carrying that anger, that hate, that resentment towards that person, that unforgiveness towards that person. You will not forgive him. That's your mentality. I hate him, I have a lot of anger towards him or her, and I will not forgive him. Now, if you have that kind of feeling that you hate this person, you are angry at that person, you will not forgive that person. Now, if I take you to a hospital and do your brain scan, in the brain there is one area which deals with emotions: love, anger, jealousy, forgiveness, unforgiveness. It deals with emotions. And when the doctor sees that part of the brain through the microscope, he will see some black spots. There is a medical term to it. I am not sure about the term, so let me go with the flow. There's some black spots, and those black spots are created due to unforgiveness, and those black spots are releasing negative things in the body. Again, there's a medical term which I don't know, those black spots are releasing negative those black spots are releasing negative things in the body, for which I'm not able to sleep, don't feel like eating, my appetite is going down, my relationship with myself, God, and others are getting spoiled, I become very irritated kind of thing, I always react when people talk to me. So I am not at peace. I am not at peace. I hope you're getting it. But let's say one day you come to a decision that, okay, let me forgive him. Maybe he made this mistake, let me forgive him. Now, forgiving is part one. There's a part two here also. Part two is you have to pray for him that wherever he is, let him be happy. So let me go over it again. One day you come to a decision that let me forgive him. Maybe he made a mistake. So number one, you have forgiven him, and now you have to pray for him that wherever he is or she is, let him be happy, let her be happy. Now, after doing both these two parts, first you forgive him, then you prayed for him. Now if I take you to the hospital and do your brain scan, now that part of the brain which deals with emotions, when the doctor sees that part of the brain which deals with emotions, he will see those black spots changing into white spots. It will literally happen. It will literally happen. The black spots changing into white spots. And now those white spots are releasing positive things in the body. Again, there's a medical term which I don't know. Those white spots are releasing positive things in the body. Those white spots are releasing positive things in the body. Are you understanding? Those white spots are releasing positive things in the body for which I'm going to have better sleep. My relationship with myself and others is going to get better. I'll feel like eating. I'll have more shanti, more peace. I will live a more productive life. This process is called inner healing. I want you to understand this. Are you getting it? This process is called inner healing. That is healing of the emotions. So, I wanted to understand one thing. The person who's hurt you, whether yesterday, 1 month back, 1 year back, 10 years back, 20 years back, the person who's hurt you, probably he or she is having a great time, but you are suffering. You have no shanti. You are always thinking about that incident, what he or she did to you, and blah, blah, blah. It's affecting you. And so what is the way out? The way out is forgiveness. Forgive him or her, and also pray for him or her that wherever he or she is, let him be happy, let her be happy. Then you will get the release. You will, it's like a bird coming out of the cage. You know, a long time back, there was a college I used to go as a guest lecturer, and my topics for that college, it was an MBA college, girls MBA college. My topic for that college, every Saturday for 2 hours, I had a class there for 2 hours, morning 7:30 to 9:30. It was all about life, all about these life skills and all that. So one day, my topic was on forgiveness. That was the topic for 2 hours. I reached the auditorium of the college. So all these MBA girls, they were sitting in the auditorium. So I asked one question. I said, what is forgiveness? Today the topic is forgiveness. So what is forgiveness according to you? Just give me, your own explanation or definition. What is forgiveness? So they all thought for a while, and then one girl raised her hand and she says, sir, I don't know what is forgiveness, but I'll tell you what is unforgiveness. I said, okay, fine, you tell me. And she says, and she gave a beautiful explanation, which most of the other students didn't understand, so I had to break it down and explain it to them. You know what she says? She says, unforgiveness is locking yourself in a room. Unforgiveness is locking yourself in a room and throwing the key away. Please understand this. Unforgiveness is locking yourself in a room and throwing the key away, where now you're only suffering. So when I asked the students that did you understand what she said? When I asked the students, did you understand what she said? They said, no sir, we didn't understand. I said, let me explain to you. It's very simple. The person who's hurt you, he or she is enjoying life, but you are suffering. You are in your own, that what she is saying is, locking yourself in a room and throwing the key away. So you are in that prism, you are in that thing where you're only suffering. It's like a bird in a cage. You're only suffering. No shanti, no focus, no appetite, don't feel like sleeping. I mean, even if you sleep, there's a lot of sleeping problems. You get weird dreams. You always, when you wake up in the morning, you are irritated because you didn't sleep well, lack of sleep. Your relationship with yourself and others are getting spoiled. You are suffering. You are suffering. So what is forgiveness? Now, in the girl's definition, that if unforgiveness, according to her, is locking yourself in a room and throwing the key away, then forgiveness is searching for that key, opening the door or the lock of the room and walking out free. And how is that process? How do you do that? By forgiving that person and praying for that person that wherever he or she is, let him be happy. I hope you're getting it. If unforgiveness, according to that girl, is locking yourself in a room and throwing the key away, so forgiveness is when you forgive that person, whatever he or she has done to you, whatever hurt he or she has caused to you, when you forgive that person and pray for that person that wherever he or she is, let him be happy, let her be happy, and then you will walk out of that room. You will get the key, open the lock of the room, and you will walk out of the room free. It's like a bird who's come out of the cage now. And then you will experience your own personal peace, happiness, joy, good health, and all the good stuff. And God's abundant blessings. God's abundant blessings. Guys, listen up. Even while I am talking, you may think in your mind, oh, Amit sir is saying like this, but Amit sir does not know what he's done to me. Amit sir does not know what she's done to me. He's hurted me so badly. She's hurted me so badly. Listen, even if I don't know what he or she has done to you, even if that hurt which was caused to you, whatever he or she did to you, and you are greatly hurt, even if that is there, even if it is true, let's say what you are saying is correct, that Amit sir does not know how much he's hurted me, how much she's hurted me. Even then, forgive that person. Even then, forgive that person. Because if you don't forgive, you are going to suffer. Please understand. I'm going to end this thing now and then I'll continue tomorrow. By forgiving someone, you are not doing him or her any favor. Listen to me again. By forgiving someone who's hurted you, by forgiving that person who's hurted you, you're not doing him or her any favor. You're doing yourself a favor. You will start living a happier life, a peaceful life, a good life, abundant life, and a beautiful life. One more thing, and with this I'm going to end now. One more thing. By forgiving someone, it does not mean that whatever he or she did to you was right. No. Whatever he or she did to you was wrong only. But when you forgive him, it simply means that you want to move on in life. You want to carry on in life. You don't want to keep that toxic negativity in your system. You want to move on in life. You want to lead a happy life, peaceful life, joyful life. You want to move on. So, listen to me very carefully before I get into the word of prayer. Today, before you go to sleep, don't have to share this with anyone. Before you go to sleep, in the night, before you go to sleep, sit on your bed, silently. Pray just for 5 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever time, and try to recollect all those people right from your childhood till today. It can be in the past, your relatives, teachers, friends, cousins, brother, whatever, cousins, brothers, sisters, friends, anyone. Right from your childhood till today, all those people who've hurt you, forgive them one by one. Again, I'm going to repeat this. Today, when you go to sleep, in the night, before you go to sleep, listen to me. tonight, before you go to sleep, spend 5 minutes in prayer and recollect and try to think all those people who've hurted you right from your childhood till today. All those people who've hurted you right from your childhood till today, forgive them one by one, and also pray for them that wherever they are, let them be happy, and then go off to sleep. And I can assure you that today's sleep, the sleep you will have, will be one of the best sleep you'll ever get. You will have such an awesome sleep, and tomorrow morning when you get up, you're going to be more energetic, more peaceful, more happy, and you'll be able to concentrate and focus better, whether it's on your studies, whether it's relationships, husband, wife, whether it is your work, whatever it is, you'll be able to focus better, and you will lead a much more happier and healthier life. Okay, so